is a remnant rising. This remnant, it's not a single church, it's not a single denomination or people group. It's made up of people's hearts all over the world who, after all the pruning, all the heartache, through all the process, have finally reached a point in their journey and say, you know what, God? I'm yours. All of me for all of you. I want my life to look like yours. I am willing to learn. I'm willing to change. I'm willing to answer the call if you will be with me. It's time to answer this call. It's time for the remnant to rise.
Hey everyone, welcome to Remnant TV. We are so excited that you are joining us today. Listen, there is a remnant of God's people that are rising up all over the earth. These people come from different backgrounds, different parts of society, different ages, all answering the call of God on their life. And we believe you are a part of that remnant. So we're super excited to have you. We're also really excited to have a special guest with us joining us today. This man is phenomenal. Of course, he is a brother in Christ, but he is also an artist in the entertainment industry himself. He's a mentor. He is the founder of a nonprofit, Victor Lucero. Hey. So glad you're able to join us, my brother. Thank you so much. You are, man, God is just like moving through you.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I feel like I could, say quite a bit about what you do. You're very talented and super excited about that. But perfect Remnant TV fashion, we're gonna have a little bit of fun getting to know you. And have you ever heard of the game Two Truths and a Lie?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna play this game.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna try to guess.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I have an alias, DJ Vision.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm originally from San Antonio, and I used to be in a boy band.
Boy band. I'm so sorry. Boy band.
Yeah. You think that's a lie?
Yes.
No, that's actually true. I can admit that now.
Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna play the clip. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but that's how.
What?
That's kind of how everything started.
No way.
In the entertainment business, yeah. So boy band. That's what actually brought me to San Antonio.
Wow.
So the lie was I'm native San Antonio, which I'm not. I'm originally from New Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, and you are a DJ.
I am a DJ. Yeah.
What's your DJ name?
DJ Vision.
Hey, come on, man. Come on. You are. You're great. I know we've been able to, I've seen you in action there before, so that's awesome. Boy band, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You gonna show us some of your moves?
No.
No, okay.
Retired boy band.
Retired boy band. That's okay. That's all right. So,
I was like 30 pounds ago too. So.
oh, got you. So, Victor, actually, you kind of already talked a little bit about what I wanted to ask you, other than the boy band, which, hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
When did you feel called to be an artist? When did you feel called to be a creative?
Yeah, well, originally, when I was a kid, like, I've always been artistic, but it was kind of suppressed, especially by my dad. He didn't want me having anything to do with the arts. And at the time, I didn't know I was dyslexic. I thought I was just slow. And it was really hard for me in school, for my grades, especially in math and science. There was different concepts that I was really bad at. But when it came to the arts or the music or anything creative, like, I flourished. So I was back and forth with different classes, and they couldn't figure out, what's wrong with this kid. Something is definitely wrong. And I was held back actually in the first grade. And just trying to figure out, okay, where did this guy go? I was in special classes, and I'm like, I know I'm not supposed to be in here. I need to be somewhere else. But eventually my mom had a encounter with God, and that's what kind of revolutionized, changed our family's life and the dynamics of our family. And at the same time, I had a mentor as a teacher. I think it was in the 4th grade, and she really brought like the artist out of me. She really encouraged me. And she's actually the one that pointed out, okay, I think you have dyslexia.
Wow.
So let's figure this out. So she worked with me every day after school.
Wow.
But her thing was like, she would put on these plays for school, and her thing was let's put you on stage. I know you want to. I know you're scared of doing that, but let's bring your grades up. I was failing most of my grades. So I'll work with you. So she did. She taught me a different way of thinking, and which are some of the methods that I use today in my motivational speaking.
Wow.
I was terrified to get up in front of the class. I was just scared of everything.
Right.
But time came for me to perform, and it was scary and it was blurry, and I did it, and I just received an applause that night.
Wow.
But that applause, like something triggered in my mind.
Yeah.
That night, and I remember like, I could not sleep. I'm like, that was for me, that applause was, and it started making me think, maybe I'm not dumb, maybe I'm not stupid, maybe I'm not all these things that I've heard before, maybe I'm just different, maybe I'm just an artist.
Wow.
So that led me on a journey, like crazy journey. So I thought, there's no limits, like there's actually no limits at what we can do.
Yeah.
If we really work for it and we aim for it. So it led me on a journey of forming a dance crew, boy band.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's so awesome though. But the thing that I hear you say is that, as an artist, I mean, it could have been very easy for you to have just felt like something was wrong.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? And nothing was wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You were just created uniquely and different. And God is obviously using that now.
Absolutely.
So that's a huge encouragement. But the other thing I hear you saying is that you had a mentor.
Yeah.
So you are an artist yourself and a mentor. But can you kind of talk to us about the importance of mentorship for artists? Because as a creative yourself, and I would consider myself to be one as well, we are very, very concerned about being original, right? Like, I'm not like anybody else who's come before me, but I also need leadership and things that help me that are similar to others. You know what I mean? So how does that work?
So I wouldn't be the man that I am today if it hadn't been for my mentor, for my teacher. If that wasn't instilled in me at a young age, like I don't know where I'd be, but I know she was a godsend. And just being an artist, just using that positive reinforcement and taking that stigma away from being an artist. And everybody has this notion of, you're not going to make any money, like struggling artist, but sometimes that's who you are. That's your identity. And once you discover your identity, there's no stopping you after that. And that's what kind of led me to this journey of, being in a dance crew and boy band, eventually coming to San Antonio. But now what we do, Cypher Movement here in San Antonio is based on, we're a mentorship program via the arts. So we try to draw those talents out from them, give them a platform, just like I had a platform, and put them on stage and just recreate that applause, recreate that positive reinforcement that is so needed as an artist. So I really believe that each artist needs another artist that's been there, so they can offer, life skills. They can offer wisdom from what's happened to them and try to save them. And that's exactly what I do with the kids that come into Cypher. I try to really just instill those values in them and those life skills. And sometimes we deal with ego problems as artists, and that's one of the biggest. Exactly. So there's a lot of divas in artistry, Christian or not, so we have to really break through that. And it's rare to find a humble artist. It's rare to find that. But then it's trying to minister to those people that know they have a calling or a gift, but they just need that reinforcement. Like, this is what I'm called to do.
Yeah. So ministering to those who are involved in the arts and creatives, that kind of leads me to something that I wanted to unpack with you, because you are such an amazing artist. I mean, by the way, the painting behind you, which is by you, is fantastic. I had no idea of it. You said it's not done, and I'm like,
it's a work in progress.
Wow, that's so poetic, but I think it looks done and amazing. But that's awesome. But you also are a very strong believer.
Absolutely.
And so can we talk about the relationship that church has with art?
Yeah.
Does Jesus use the arts to show himself to unbelievers, to believers?
Yeah.
Is that a part of Christianity?
Absolutely. Before anything, God created, and he is the ultimate creator. So when we understand him as the ultimate artist, I think so much in the past has been, there's a certain look that Christianity has. There's a certain look that a believer has, and there's a certain art. But we're in the kingdom age. We are called to go out and to be who God's called us to be, and to manifest his love. And one of the ways I do it is through creativity. And that's what my calling is. And he's allowed me to manifest himself through art, whether it be through dance or choreography or poetry or paint right now. And that's where I'm at right now. I used to paint in the past. I used to, off and on here and there. But since COVID, we had these dance camps that we kind of thrive on each summer. And since those opportunities closed, I had to pray, and God said, pick up your brushes. So I started painting, and it was just awesome how everything came together. But now that's what I'm doing full time.
Really?
Besides
that's
the nonprofit and everything else, but that's what's putting food on the table is painting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your gifts making room for you. That's awesome, and I think it is really important as believers that we don't limit God.
Exactly.
Because you're right. I love what you just said. Before he did it, he created.
Absolutely.
God is the first artist.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How have you seen personally? Can you just give us a little story of just like how have you seen Jesus working in the middle of creativity?
Well, I can tell you, just recently I just did a mural on the west side of San Antonio, and it had the actual image of Jesus. It had multicolors, but it took me a while to do it. And it's like right in the heart of the west side of San Antonio, and there's activity, there's drug activity, there's prostitution, there's all kinds of stuff happening around you. But what I wanted to just really state in that, in the midst of all that chaos, is that there is hope. And during that time, while I was doing it, there was people that were coming by. Like at first it wasn't. They weren't too impressed because it was just like the silhouette or whatnot. But once it started to fill in the colors and whatnot, I got a lot of compliments, and people would come by, and I actually ended up praying for people that just passed by and were like, "That's so beautiful," and started a conversation about Jesus, or what is this place? Is this the church? And, and
yes, it is.
Yes, so
that's awesome.
People, just a few blocks, there was an actual drug house, and guys that were coming out of that came by and stopped, and they just like checked out the art and just wanted to conversate, wanted to be around us.
Yeah.
And we ended up praying for several people that came through there.
Wow.
And they ended up either rededicating their lives or recommitting, or just prayer in general, but just having that presence there and having a staple in the community to feel like this is a symbol of that God is everywhere, and he doesn't have favorites. Like he's here for you, and come as you are. Yeah.
Come on, Victor. That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. We're coming as we are. as He created us to be.
Yeah.
We are going to be right back. If you have been blessed by what you're hearing and you would love to hear more about Remnant TV, please visit www.theremnanttv.com. Feel free to get in touch with us. If you want to get involved, you can find out there. And if you even want to partner with us financially to be able to see more of what God is doing in and through His remnant, His people on this earth, we would love to be able to partner with you. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, you know why we are here. We are reviewing our plan, and as always, it is to distract everyone from the man upstairs.
Ugh.
All right, let's get into it. Stage 1, distance. Corona, you came in very strong.
Yeah, I'm known all over the world. They even gave me a fancy name. COVID. Yeah, I did my job. I divided Christians pretty well. They stopped meeting. Well, the little that they did anyways. But yeah, kind of threw off their unity. So, I did that years ago.
Okay. Distance. That's good. You know, they've got that strength in numbers thing. 1 will put 1,000 to flight and 2 can put 10,000 to flight. But right now they're distanced, so that's been working in our favor.
Yeah, honestly, the job hasn't been too hard ever since you partnered me up with fear.
Is that so?
Yeah, if I push hard enough, they'll listen to just about anything I say. The contacts you hooked us up with in the media have nearly tripled my reach.
Ooh, that's good. All right, now let's review stage 2. Division. How's it going?
I've been turning everyone against each other, even Christians.
Yeah, they don't even see it. We've worked hard to make them not even want to.
Slothful. You're late.
As usual.
What do you have to report? Well, back when Corona hit, it really forced people to slow down, and I took advantage of it. I mean, it's not too hard to get them to tap into their laziness, so. Okay, condemnation. I am out here on the front lines too. Emotions are very high, which is a perfect time to accuse. Love it. I've been using a system
That I developed.
Right. I've been using a system that keeps their attention on themselves. That way they're so busy trying not to be attacked, they end up not speaking about the truth. It's a lose-lose situation for them, but a win-win for us. Fantastic. Now, last but not least, pride.
Well, what can I say? I've been here since the beginning. I'm basically the driving force behind all of you. Because of me, no one is willing to see eye to eye. They're not even willing to try or change.
Well done.
That was nothing. That's not even my best work. I'm about to...
Okay, good work, Pride. We're a little pressed on time, so we're going to have to be moving on with this meeting. We are about to launch stage 3, death. And we have to do it while the Christians are still distracted. You have all been doing a great job, but in order to move on to stage 3, you will have to up your game. That means, Corona, you've got to come back even harder. Fear, I need you to be all over that. Hatred, keep stirring up that pot. We need to keep people divided. And slothfulness, make sure they feel like they have no responsibilities. Pride, perfect as always. And deception, keep covering our tracks.
They'll never know what hit them.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Remnant TV. We are sitting here with artist, mentor, founder, businessman, Victor Lucero. Thank you so much, Victor, for being here. You know, just to kind of bring a word of encouragement, right, to artists, because a lot of times artists, creatives, especially in the believers, or maybe not even believers, but it's easy to feel like you're not seen, you're not loved on, you're not cared for. So let's kind of just address that right now by asking you, what would you say to your younger self as an artist, as a believer who maybe still getting to really solidify their relationship with Jesus? What encouragement would you give yourself?
And it would be, don't try to fit in. You are unique for a purpose. You were called for a purpose. You have a specific calling and specific gifts. Because for a long time, like I tried to fit in. I didn't want to be that weird artist. You know, I didn't want to be. I wanted to fit in, and I tried to fit in regular jobs, regular education, living a regular life, and I just didn't. I never fit in. And if I could save years by telling my younger self, like, it's okay, like, hone your craft and work on your artistry, and really accept the fact that you're called to do this. And it's not about you. It's not about even pleasing man. A lot of times we have also this fear of man where, what if they don't like it, or what if this or that, and that's huge, because your art says a lot about you, and a lot of times that stigma comes with it of what they're gonna think. So that would be my advice, is just to be happy in your skin, to be content in who you are, and not try to please man, not try to fit in. If that makes sense.
That makes
And
total
just
sense.
and just rest in the fact that God has you. God loves you how you are. You know, it's not a religious thing where you have to constantly be checking in the boxes and having to do so many things and having to work your way to Him. It's like, no, He loves you. He loves you. He's a good Father. And it took me years to understand that because of, I guess, my experience with my dad. I have a great relationship with my dad today, but it took me years to figure out, like, God's not mad at me. God's not going to punish me. Like,
Wow.
He's happy with me. Like, He's pleased with me. And a lot of times we go through life having guilt and shame and have just that pressure on us to, like, are we pleasing to God?
Yeah.
You know, but just rest in the fact that you absolutely are.
Wow. Amen. Well, thank you so much, Victor,
Absolutely, thank you.
man, just vibing with us today and discussing these things with us, man. God bless you. You're doing awesome things in the city, and we are so looking forward to more of what God is doing. Thank you so much for watching Remnant TV. Listen, you are different for a reason. God made you different, so embrace it. Embrace what God is doing, because guess what? There is a remnant rising on this earth, and we believe that you are a part of it. We'll see you next time. If you or someone you know is interested in being a part of the show, or you'd like to donate and become a vision supporter for Remnant TV, we would love to connect with you. Visit us at www.theremnanttv.com, or you can send us an email to riseup@theremnanttv.com. Remember, there is a remnant of God's people rising up all over the earth, and we believe that you are a part of it. We'll see you soon.